And IC Research Lead Kai Hao is here today with us in the audience, so thank you, Kai. Where are you? There's in the back. Thank you, Kai. Et maintenant, j'ai l'honneur d'inviter au micro le maire de la ville d'Ottawa, son honneur Jim Watson.
Well, thank you very much, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Bon après-midi, mesdames et messieurs, et bienvenue à votre l'Hôtel de Ville. Welcome to your City Hall. I apologize, I'm battling my first of many colds of the season, so I sound more stuffed up than normal. It's a pleasure to join you here today and to thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to be here to talk about culture and our official plan. My thanks to the city's cultural development and initiative section along with the official plan team, many of whom are here with us, for welcoming me here today. And I don't know if anyone is here from City Council. I don't believe so, but je remercie mes collègues du Conseil municipal aussi pour leur participation dans cet processus. To begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we're on the unceded territory of the Algonquin people who have lived on these ancestral lands for millennia. And Albert, it's very nice to see you again. We see each other, I think, at least once a week at a different event, so it's great to see you again. And we certainly value our relationship with our surrounding Algonquin communities, Pikwakanagan and Kitigan-Zibi, as well as all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit residents of Ottawa. This year, excuse me, as you know, we've embarked on the task of developing a new official plan for the City of Ottawa. This, in many ways, is like our version of a constitution. Cette année, nous avons entrepris d'élaborer un nouveau plan officiel pour la ville d'Ottawa. Ça, c'est un processus très important pour toute la population de notre ville. And this is a very major project and undertaking that will result in the production of a strategic document that guides our city's growth and development for many years to come. Our current official plan was adopted in 2003 and is essentially a revised version of the official plan that existed prior to amalgamation, which took place in the year 2001. And we're in need of a new vision. Nous avons besoin d'une nouvelle vision. And with this new vision, we'll undertake a completely new official plan that reflects major areas of change in our city. Ottawa, as anyone who's lived here the last couple of years recognizes, is booming. Our unemployment rate fell to about 4.7% last month, and we need to be ready for the growth where people want to come and live here. They like the city of Ottawa, they like the size of it, they like the cultural institutions, the green space, the green belt, the stability of the federal public service, and so on. And our population, as many of you know, turned to 1 million just in June of this year. And I hadn't realized this until I heard from our planning staff that approximately 28 people a day arrive in Ottawa to live. So people do want to live in this city. And our vision is to make Ottawa the most livable mid-sized city in North America. And we need your help in order to reach this. I was just at giving a speech just a few moments ago in the East End to 500 people in the building and development and real estate industry. And one of the things I said, why is Ottawa booming? Why are people wanting to live here and coming work here? And part of that reason is because of the quality of life. And I talked about the Ottawa Art Gallery. I'm always pitching the OAG as open 7 days a week, free of charge, a beautiful new addition. Our Innovation Center at Bayview, for instance, that is bursting at the seams. Our dynamic 4 post-secondary institutions, our arts groups, whether it's our facilities like Schenkman and Centerpoint, or some of the great theaters like La Nouvelle Scène and GCTC, we have a lot going for us. And today, as you know, we're talking about culture and how it should be incorporated into our new official plan. Culture, as you know, is who we are and what shapes our identity as citizens. And no development can be sustainable without including culture. We hope to support the development of Ottawa as an international cultural capital that works towards reconciliation and decolonization, offers meaning and quality of life to all residents, regardless of where they live or where they've come from, attracts talents, tourists, and businesses, and also new Canadians. You know, I think we've been very, very successful historically in this city under the leadership of one of my predecessors, Marion Dewar, and the Project 4000, welcoming 4,000 Vietnamese boat people here, and more recently, just a few years ago, as we launched the Welcome to Our Syrian Refugee Family and Friends. And we're truly fortunate to have an incredible city that's home to not only many different attractions, but also warm and welcoming community and residents. And I mentioned to this group, I said, many of us fondly remember Max Keeping, the late Max Keeping, who was such a booster for Ottawa and such a cheerleader in a positive sense for our city. He told me that two stats that I've never forgotten about. One is that Ottawa residents on a per capita basis donate more money to charities than any other community in Canada, and we donate more volunteer hours on a per capita basis than any other city in the country. And the cultural landscape and the cultural industries rely on a lot of fundraising and a lot of volunteer time to support our professional artists. And the cultural landscape comprises many vibrant spaces, places, practices, and people, including important Indigenous traditional knowledge, cultural practices, ceremonies, rites, and landscapes. And if you haven't been on the LRT, I encourage you to get on the LRT, stop at the Pimisi station, and see the spectacular artwork that is on the roof with these wonderful paddles that have been painted, the steel version of the eel, because Pimisi means eel in Algonquin, and the colorful red moose that is on one side of the tracks. It really is quite spectacular. We also are home to a UNESCO World Heritage Site, of course, the Rideau Canal, major national cultural institutions and rich historic and archaeological sites, vital neighborhoods and rural villages. Over 80% of Ottawa is rural, believe it or not. Forest, land, agricultural land. I think we have 1,600 farms in Ottawa, all of these great little villages that have their own cultural identity, whether it's the Diefenbunker in Carp or the Cabine à Sucre à Vanier or the wonderful Watson's Mill in Manotick. And we have a local and arts and heritage scene that reflects the vitality of Ottawa communities in 2 official languages and a myriad of other mother languages. Exceptional homegrown festivals, fairs, and gatherings, over 100 festivals taking place within our boundaries. International award-winning artists in all disciplines, emerging cultural and creative industries, vibrant public art and engaging street culture, and a thriving local food and culinary scene second to none. So safeguarding and celebrating the diverse cultural features of our city helps to build a quality of place. And it's important to think through a cultural lens when developing the official plan for the City of Ottawa. Your voice and your experience in Ottawa are important to us, and I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you very much for coming and offering your insight to our staff here today. J'ai hâte d'entendre ce que vous avez à dire, de recueillir vos commentaires, et je veux dire merci beaucoup pour votre participation. I wish you a very best for an engaging session here, and again, I thank you for taking the time out of your schedules to share your knowledge and your wisdom with us here at the City of Ottawa. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Watson.